What's up everyone, this is Amy's Bro, and for this particular video I wanted to talk a little bit about 2013 and what's potentially going to happen next year. And what is going to happen next year. Okay, the basis of this video is going to be what happened as far as the collecting went this year versus what's probably going to happen next year. Here we are in 2013, kids. And I feel kind of bad, especially to the gaming community. Why do I feel bad? I feel bad because I haven't really been participating. I feel bad because I feel like I could have done better. But I also feel bad because this was a year when, in my personal opinion, we, and this generation as a whole, we took a dive. You know, if you think about how many great games there were this year, there was maybe 2 games in the whole year that was probably talked about or heavily promoted. Last of Us was 1, okay, maybe 3, because I think Uncharted 3 came out this year. Uncharted 3, maybe, and, Grand Theft Auto 5. Well, you could also say the Call of Duty game. Well, those come out like every year. How can you really call those, make a big deal about those? Now, I'm going to apologize because, you see, up to about May of this year when I was buying games, I wasn't buying many PS3 games. What I was more or less doing was buying classic PS1 games. And I have a couple in my first tower. But in May, you see, something very bizarre happened. In May, yours truly began a renaissance. Truly began his renaissance. And I know what you're thinking, huh? Well, let me explain to you something. And you've seen the pickup video for this before. You see this CD? When I purchased this CD in May, not long after my birthday, or before my birthday, what was it after? It was what? I sort of knew things were going to start to change, as far as my passions and as far as my collecting direction. Now, I'm going to state this here, and I'm going to state this now. Unlike some people in the gaming community, I've never been a gaming collector. Or if I have, it's been of imports, not domestics. Let's get that straight now. Well, when I bought this CD from Amazon, that's when things started to change and the games started to change. Because I knew that unless something happened gaming-wise that was going to blow me away, I was going to be taking a very drastic shift when it comes to my collection. And I did. You see, that was the beginning of my PS3's collection downfall, because if we look here, kiddies, there's a whopping 3 PlayStation 3 games. The only reason these are still here is because these are Japanese copies. White Knight Chronicles EX Edition, Trusty Bell, Chopin no Hime, and there goes my one PS4 games, and Catherine. These are the only two PS4 games I currently still own. Need for Speed Rivals, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I actually need to continue. Well, let me explain something to people, and let me give the gaming community a wake-up call. I'm not a person who believes in buying whatever the big title is. I've never believed in that. For me to buy that game, and although I will admit that before I got rid of my PS3, Grand Theft Auto 5 was tempting, I wasn't really looking forward to many games. Saints Row 4 actually was appealing to me, and I played that. I played that through to completion. Not just completion, but getting all 100% of the goodies. And at least bronzing all the activities. When it came to Sleeping Dogs, I got all 100% of the collectibles in the main game and Nightmare on North Point. Sorry, you're a snake, you didn't exactly fit the bill for me. But I knew that when I started with this CD, gaming was going out the window, or at least it was taking a very severe back seat. And it did. Because from that point forward, not only was I collecting the Japanese music CDs, but I was going back to getting CDs from artists that I wanted to listen to, but I hadn't had the chance to listen to them in a while. Such as the Sugar Babes, such as Alice 9, such as Versailles, such as a band called Ayabi, Mixed Speakers Inc. Keep going. And what I learned was, not only was it more fun collecting them, oh, and also can't forget X Japan and Yoshiki. What I also learned was my passions at times change like the weather. And the weather here has been pretty shitty. But at the same time, I've been needing to get back to basics for me. Basics in this case means going back to where I started and listening to music as if it was the 1980s all over again. And I did. And I actually am loving it all over again. To be able to listen to the musicians, even if you can't understand the lyrics, just being able to be around people on Tumblr, on Twitter, on whatever, on Facebook, just being able to be around people that enjoy this type of music, it's a thrill. And you see, while yes, there's people that will buy 2 copies of a CD, and yes, I'm guilty of that myself, there's those of us that we just want the CD and we just want to have fun listening to it. Yeah, we don't give a shit if we have all the PVs or anything. We got more of a joy watching Girls' Generation beat Lady Gaga, One Direction, and Justin Bieber at the YouTube Music Awards for Video of the Year than I probably would playing any AAA PS3 game this generation. That's just the way it was. Whether you want to admit it or not, the gaming community and the gaming industry, it was going in a way, and it may still be going in that direction, we'll see, where if you weren't a AAA game, if you weren't the game that was going to move the needle, your game and your company probably wasn't going to be around much, and that kind of sucked. Did it bother me? Yeah, quite a bit, to be honest. But at the same time, I knew what I had to do. And I had to start to move away from the gaming and go back to what I was happy, which is in the music. Do you know the first time I actually got to listen to the CD and listen to an audio, Loyal Tokyo, do you know how much it makes me smile every time I listen to that song now? Do you know how much it makes me smile to listen to Heavenly Gate by Alice 9? Do you know how much it makes me smile to listen to Emerald by Lorraine? Do you know how much I want to just grin if even a Gazette song comes on? I don't give a fuck what it is. Here's the point, kids. Every time I listen to one of those songs, even if it's for the first time, it's like I'm opening up a new present, and I know it's not going to be a sweater or socks. It's always a new experience for me because I've never heard the song before. Because even if I've heard the band before, I know I like them, so I'm not going to complain about it. The songs can dredge up emotions from people, the likes of which I have not seen games do in years. The last time a game dredged up any emotions from me, goddamn, we gotta go back to a Steinax, for God's sakes. Or even if it's the frustration of not being a boss, that kind of frustration, the good frustration. Because, think about it, kids, this is where gaming's going. Now when people get pissed off, it's because of a reviewer didn't give their favorite game a good score. It's not the emotion of playing through a game and noticing the story, because, let's be honest, in many ways, some games are becoming more interactive movies than they are anything. I'll give Grand Theft Auto 5 a pass. I've actually watched some couple playthroughs in that game that actually looks very good. If there was a PS4 port, or if somehow the game gets put on the PS4 through a Gaikai service, I will be playing it, and you will get my honest to God opinion on it. Because I do legitimately want to play that game. But my thing was, for me, music was doing for me what gaming was doing for me many years ago. It's funny. I laugh on Tumblr because people talking about how a song makes them have what they call, and I'm quoting this term, feels. We'll call them feelings because we're not, 10. But that's what they term them, okay? And it makes me, I don't know how to put it, but it makes me proud to know some of these people. I won't give you their names, but they know who they are. And if they don't know who they are, then I want them to, if they have a YouTube channel, to introduce themselves to you. And I'm legitimate about that. Because you see, these are people that I want to call my friends. These are the people that helped educate me on a lot of the artists that I listen to now, or even some of the new animes that I've had to discover. Hell, Black Butler's been out for what? Been done for what, 2 years? I'm gonna be discovering that one soon. Yuta no Prince-sama? Yeah. The first season that comes out first week of the new year. Free Iwatobi Swim Club? Yes, I gotta watch that one eventually. How's it? Let's see if I can pronounce the Japanese name. Shinjeki no Kyojin. SNK. We know it's Attack on Titan. And I think I did that right, so excuse me for a second. Oh, sorry. I was just calling Attack on Titan or AOT. Despite the fandom, I have to watch that one eventually. There are so many animes that I have to watch, and I'm a proud card-carrying member of the Brothers Conflict fandom. Don't believe me? I have one of the top comments under the full ending theme for the series 14-1, and I'm proud to say that. Anime and music have literally come back to the forefront, thanks to my friends on Tumblr, thanks to YouTube, thanks to a lot of things. I would like gaming to be one of them again. I really would. But the problem is where we're going and how we've already gotten there, I'm not a fan of. I don't mind digital distribution. And I don't mind the PS4 and the Xbox One or the Wii U. And I wouldn't mind having a Wii U at some point. But what I do mind is it seems to me like gaming is going in a direction, and I don't want to say it's going to be AAA or bust this generation because the indie developers will sure as hell help out. And next year, you may see me do more indie games on this channel. You may see me do a lot more anime reviews again. You may start seeing me do music reviews. It's going to become a very interesting time, especially for this page, because you see, the passion is coming back. The little boy excitement that I used to have from years gone by is starting to come back. But right now, what isn't coming back is that love I had for gaming. I would love for it to. I would love nothing more than anything else in the world to say, hey guys, look at these games I picked up this week. But right now, that's not happening. I'm sorry. What is going to happen? Well, I have a CD that's on the way. Tomorrow, if it comes tomorrow, there will be the video which will show off all the CDs that I picked up over the course of this year. There are some gaming soundtracks in there, but you're going to see how much joy and how much fun it was for me to go back and get some of the ones that were A part of my childhood, and B, a part of a music community that I am proud to call my home now. This doesn't mean this channel is going away by any means. There's a reason for that too. But what this means is there's going to be a lot of different directions we're going in from this point forward. We're going to be talking anime, music, and maybe gaming, depending on if I finish a game like, say, I don't know, Black Flag or Need for Speed Rivals. Or if I finish a PSN game I still have Contrast to play through. But let me ask you this question, folks. Has this year in gaming for you been a delight or a disappointment? Do me a favor, let me know down here. I would love to hear your thoughts on this subject. You have a good night, my friends. I will talk to you later. Take care of yourself now.